Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope your day and your week are going well so far. We've got a new day, which of course means a new NBA player prop video to share with you guys. We've got more round 2 NBA playoff action going on tonight. Nice little 2-game slate with a couple of game 2s. We got Celtics Cavs game 2 and Thunder Mavs game 2, and a solid parlay that I found for you guys. But first, guys, as always, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and drop a comment down below. We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers here on the channel. So if you haven't already, think about hitting the subscribe button down below and help us get to our goal of 100K just a little bit sooner. Last little plug, guys, before we get into today's video. You've watched my last couple of videos this week. You know that I'm hosting my 3rd annual charity golf tournament with the proceeds going to the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute and the Jimmy Fund. I've talked about it the last couple of videos. If you guys are in the Norwich, Connecticut area, of course, you are free to sign up. The link for the registration will be down below. $150 entry per golfer, $1,000 cash prize to the winning team, tons of contests, raffles, all that good stuff. So if you're in the Connecticut area, if you'd like to join the tournament on Sunday, May 26th, feel free to reach out. Feel free to register in the link below. If you can't make it, if you live far away, there's still a chance for you to help out. We are doing a 50-50 raffle. This is a sports betting channel. This is a sports betting show. 50-50 raffle. It's in line with sports betting, guys. If you'd like to get involved with the tournament, there's a 50-50 raffle. That link will be in the description below. It's very simple. If you don't know what a 50-50 raffle is, half the pot goes to charity, half the pot goes to potentially you, the winner. I've seen a few people who've watched the videos regularly have been buying some tickets. I really do appreciate that. It is $10 per ticket. You can buy as many tickets as you want. Again, the pot's going to be pretty large. I'm projecting it to be a few $1,000s, so you have a chance to potentially win thousands of dollars here, and all you got to do is buy one ticket. One ticket's really all it takes. Obviously, you buy more, it increases your odds, but one ticket is all it takes. Again, guys, half of that money goes towards the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. This is my 3rd year in a row running this charity golf tournament. I raised just about $5,000 last year. My goal was to raise $10,000 this year. So really would appreciate you guys checking that out. And again, it's a chance for you guys to win some extra cash. But all right, guys, with that out of the way, we have a 5-leg parlay for tonight's video. I've been doing them 2 times this week already. 2 times this week so far. I've done these kind of big odd parlays. I just have a fever for it right now. So to some of the people who maybe don't want to see me do these parlays, I apologize, but it's kind of my show. And I have seen quite a few people saying they like these big odds parlays, these kind of big swing attempts. And we've been pretty close yesterday. 3 out of 5 legs hit. A couple close misses, though. But I just have this fever for these big parlays. So I have another 5-leg parlay tonight, plus 1285 odds. Another big one tonight. Let's see if we can do this. Like I said, I got a fever. And the only thing that can cure it is hitting a big motherfucking parlay. So that's kind of my theme for the week. For the rest of this week, honestly, for today, tomorrow, Saturday, maybe even Sunday for Mother's Day, might do a little Mother's Day special video. We'll see. No promises. I will be doing these big game parlays just because, again, I like to do it. It's a lot of fun. So here we go. Switching over to the Outlier screen now, guys. You don't know what Outlier is. They're the best sports betting tool in the market. I'm not going to talk your ears off. If you watch my videos, you know how great they are. If you haven't, stick around, watch the video, and I'll show you guys how it's done. It's a great sports betting tool, the best sports betting tool on the market. There is a special link in our description down below, 7-day free trial to check it out for yourself. You've got absolutely nothing to lose. Shout out to Outlier for always being a fantastic sponsor of both this show and the Guy Boston Sports channel as a whole. By the way, I promise, one last plug. I'm not going to piss you guys off here. The Ev Singleton show debuts today at noon. Go make sure to check that out. He does a very funny video where people, actually guys like you, maybe even some of you, sent your worst sports betting losses in and he reacts. So great video. Make sure to check that out. All right, guys. Without no more rambling on from me. Here we go. First leg of our 5-leg parlay. We're going Celtics Cavs, 7 p.m. tip-off. We're going Al Horford, under 12.5 points plus assists. Listen, guys, he's cashed this in 9 consecutive games for the Celtics, including Game 1 versus the Cavs, averaging 10.4 points plus assists per game. On the season, a 69% nice hit rate on the under, and the head-to-head matchup for the last 7 times he's faced off with the Cavs. He's cashed the under, including 4 consecutive meetings. All 4 times he's played them this year, he has cashed the under, including Game 1. Now, look, guys, the reason this line is, the data is where it's at, is because he's been coming off the bench all year. Obviously, we know Porzingis is out. This is a data I have to show it because I'm a man of goodwill. I got to show you guys. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The data is not great. This is the numbers that show Al Horford this year when Porzingis is out. You see the unders hit on only a 43% hit rate. He's averaging 14.62 points plus assists per game without Porzingis. But so far in the playoffs, this under is 2-0. Right? This game versus Miami, 8 points and 3 assists. And this game versus the Cavs, 7 points and 4 assists. This is a bad matchup for Horford, and that's why I like it. Yes, I understand he's playing more minutes. He's a starter. He's going to play a ton of minutes. But the matchup, Jared Allen, now this number shows that they're a top 10 defensive team in points allowed. Jared Allen was like the third highest ranked defensive center in the league in terms of defensive rating. I think only Gobert, who just won Rookie of the Year, who just won Defensive Player of the Year, was ranked higher. And I believe Karl Anthony Towns, but he's not really a center. So if you're talking just pure centers, Jared Allen was the second highest rated defensive rating center in the league behind the Defensive Player of the Year in Rudy Gobert. So you have a really great defensive matchup. Not only to mention that, you've also got Evan Mobley. So the Twin Towers that we got going in Cleveland right now with two of the best defensive bigs in the league is really impressive. It's just not a great spot here for Horford. I don't expect him to be the focal point of this offense. If they're going to beat Cleveland like they did in Game 1, they're going to focus on the outside, guys like Jaylen Brown, guys like Derek White. Maybe Tatum finally wakes up a little bit. But I just don't think Al Horford's going to be the focal point here. It's just a bad matchup for him. The assist number is what worries me a little bit because he does pass the ball pretty well. He had 4 assists in Game 1, but I just don't think he's going to be able to score enough points here to cash this over. All right, guys, second leg of our 5-leg parlay. Speaking of Jared Allen, we're going Jared Allen over 13.5 points, minus 105. Again, guys, part of the fun of these parlays that I've been doing lately, there are 2 alternate lines. I will be honest, in today's 5-leg parlay, I have 2 high alternate lines. The rest of the picks, you can bet these outright. So obviously, the goal here is a parlay, but you guys can obviously take these picks and bet them straight up. Jared Allen over 13.5 points. We're getting it for minus 105 here on DraftKings, available practically everywhere. And you see he's cashed it in 9 of his last 10 games, averaging 17.6 points per game, including cashing it in 8 straight games. That includes all the games in the Orlando series that he played in. Of course, he did miss a game. But all the Orlando games that he played in, he cashed the over. And in Game 1, he didn't play Game 1 versus the Celtics. But all the games versus Orlando, you saw the 4 games that he played in that series. He did cash the over. Jared Allen did not play Game 1 versus the Celtics. But he is back here for Game 2. I know he's a little bit banged up. But this is a really good matchup for Jared Allen against Al Horford. Al Horford's always been statistically and historically a great defensive big. I just think Jared Allen is going to abuse this matchup here. And look at the head-to-head data versus the Celtics. He's only cashed in 3 of his last 7 games, but in 2 out of 3 matchups this season, he cashed the over, including the last time they played on March 5th. He had 21 points. Is it risky? Yeah, it's a little risky, but I saw Evan Mobley in Game 1 kind of have his way with the Celtics defense down low. He had a pretty good game. I think Jared Allen coming back. Jared Allen is a better offensive big than Evan Mobley. I think Jared Allen will take advantage of the matchup. I think 14 points is not too crazy to expect from Jared Allen. Again, a 69% hit rate on the year for Jared Allen. Nice. 56 out of 81 games, including playoffs, he's cashed the over. He's averaging 16.53 points per game this season. All right, guys, third leg of our 5-leg parlay, third leg from this Celtics game. We're going Drew Holiday over 19.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. Again, I told you guys there would be a couple alternate lines here. And it's for minus 245 on DraftKings. Look, last 10 games, he's cashed in 5 of his last 10, averaging 18 points plus rebounds plus assists per game. But head-to-head ranking, 3 straight games versus the Cavs this season, including in Game 1. He cashed this over. The first time they met on December 12th, he had 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. But each of the last 3 times he's faced off with the Cavs, he has cashed this line. He has a 64% hit rate on the season with this line, averaging 22.31 points plus rebounds plus assists per game. And to go ahead and put a filter on to show you guys what his numbers look like when Porzingis is out, go ahead and scroll down here. A 73% hit rate for Drew Holiday this year without Porzingis. 16 out of 22 games he cashed the over, averaging 23.14 points plus rebounds plus assists per game without Porzingis. And you see here in the 2 playoff games he's played without Porzingis, he cashed the over. Like I said before, guys, it's not going to be Al Horford scoring the points. With Porzingis out, they're not going to be looking at Horford to score a ton. It's going to be between Brown, Tatum, White, and Holiday, and I do think that Holiday has a pretty decent matchup here. Minus 245 for a reason. He's cashed at 3 straight times versus the Cavs. Again, 73% hit rate without Porzingis. Really solid spot here for the third leg of our 5-leg parlay. I can't wait for the people who are going to be like, oh, these picks are bad. But it's like, not to toot my own horn, but I do feel good about the fact that yesterday, I know Brunson got hurt. If he didn't get hurt, he probably cashes. But like, the number one comment I got yesterday was like, oh, that Brunson under is a bad pick. That was the one that cashed with kind of with flying colors. Again, I know he got banged up, so it did help my cause a little bit. But listen, everything's a gamble, guys. I know some of these picks off the top may not look the most intriguing, but listen, life's a gamble. These are all we're all gambling here. But I do think today's picks so far have been pretty solid. Risky, yes, but there's always risk involved when it comes to these parlays. Comment 10 down below, guys, if you made it this far into the video. I always appreciate you guys who stick through and watch the whole thing. Again, as always, I will put the link for all of these picks in the description below for you guys to tag along and add it straight to your sportsbook very easily thanks to Outlier. But here we go. Fourth leg of our 5-leg parlay. We're switching now over to Mavs Thunder Game 2, 9:30 p.m. tip-off. This is the second high alternate line that I told you guys about. We're going Luka Doncic over 8.5 assists. We're getting this for -250 on DraftKings. And what do you see, guys? A lot of green here. 9 of his last 10 games, he's cashed the over, including Game 1. He had 9 assists in Game 1 and what was a blowout win for the Thunder. He's averaging 9.7 assists in over his last 10 games. He's cashed in pretty much every playoff game so far this year except for Game 1 versus the Clippers. So he's been on a roll here in the playoffs with this line. You look at the season total, 68. Almost got another 69 nice here. But 68% hit rate this year, 52 out of 77 games, including playoffs. He's averaging 9.77 assists per game this season. And you look at the head-to-head data, 4 of the last 5 times he's faced off with the Thunder, he has cashed the over. He's averaging 10.8 assists per game. Now that line is obviously elevated. It's a little bit of an outlier because he had 18 assists in one game this year. But all 3 times he's played the Thunder this year, including Game 1, he has cashed the over. Obviously, he had that big 18-assist game back on December 2nd. But the last 2 times he played the Thunder, he did have 9 assists and cashed the over. You look at the Thunder defensively, overall, they're a bottom-half team in the league in terms of assists allowed. And versus shooting guards in particular, bottom 5 in the league in terms of assists allowed. Really solid matchup here for Luka. And even his last 20 games going towards the end of the regular season, 14 of his last 20 games he's cashed the over, averaging 9.5 assists per game. Again, alternate line for a reason, over 8.5 assists. I really like the spot here for Luka. All right, guys, 5th and final leg of today's parlay. I cannot wait to get clowned for this pick here. We're going Daniel Gafford over 11.5 points plus assists. We're getting this from -115 on DraftKings. Yes, I know. Daniel Gafford in that Clippers series was horrendous. Horribly bad, except for the final game of the series. He did have 13 points, but overall was terrible in that Clippers series. But it was a really bad matchup for Gafford. He did cash this line in Game 1, just in points alone. He had 16 points and 1 assist in Game 1 versus the Thunder. You look in 2023 so far, a 56% hit rate for Gafford. Remember, before the end of the season, Gafford was having a pretty decent run with Dallas. See, there was a good amount of green there. He did, again, that's that playoff run versus the Clippers. But towards the end of the regular season, you see there was a good stretch of green there for Daniel Gafford. And then obviously the playoffs come around and things start to go south. You even look at the last 20-game view. You see, he started off pretty consistent. I mean, there were misses for sure. But, you know, overall, more green than red, and then you go to the playoffs and it just was straight red. But that was a really bad matchup. The Clippers were the best defensive team in the NBA versus center. Zubac absolutely owned them. The Mavs don't have a ton of size, but guess what? They're playing a team in the Thunder that also don't have a ton of size. Look at during the regular season, or during the season as a whole, I should say, the Thunder, bottom half of the league in points allowed, giving up just shy of 19 points per game, and bottom 3 in assists allowed to opposing centers, giving up 4 assists per game. They're not one of the better defensive teams down low. They don't have a ton of size. So in a matchup like this, Daniel Gafford can kind of eat a little bit. And look, all 3 times he's played the Thunder, as a member of the Dallas Mavericks, he has cashed the over pretty convincingly on this line. You see here February 10th, 19.0 assists. March 14th, 19 points and 1 assist. And then in Game 1, 16 points and 1 assist. These are not going back to years ago. This is not going back to when he was at a different team. This is from February on, the last 3 months with the Dallas Mavericks. He's cashed it all 3 times he's played the Thunder. It's a good matchup. He's playing minutes. You see the minutes played in Game 1. He had 27 minutes in Game 1. I mean, that was a blowout, by the way. He'll probably play more. The games are closer. Much better matchup for Gafford. This is not going to be a repeat of the Clippers series here. Gafford should consistently do a little bit. Like, I don't think he's going to have a crazy series, but he should consistently score in the realm of like 14 points a game. So this 11.5 points plus assists line, yeah, I'm going to take it. All right, guys, so here we go. There's our 5-leg parlay. Quick little recap. Daniel Gafford over 11.5 points plus assists. Luka Doncic over 8.5 points. Al Horford under 12.5 points plus assists. Drew Holiday over 19.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. And Jarrett Allen over 13.5 points. Again, I'm showing you guys on the screen here, but of course, there will be the link in our description below that you can click, and it'll take you right to this exact page for you to follow along. Or, and again, I've showed you guys this before, it's very easy. It says right here, tailing picks is easier than ever with Outlier. You can just click add to bet slip on DraftKings. And again, I'm on a browser, so that's on a computer. That's why it looks a little bit different, but it'll take you right to your sportsbook and plug the parlay in for you. Again, you can obviously bet some of these picks outright. You can bet them as a parlay, whatever you'd like. But overall, guys, a solid slate for today's video. That does it for me. I will be back tomorrow. Again, we're doing this for the rest of the week. We're big game hunting all week long here on my video series. So I will be back tomorrow. It's Freaky Friday. We normally do a big game 5-leg parlay anyways. Maybe we go a little crazier tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe I have something a little special in store for Freaky Friday tomorrow. But until then, guys, I hope we're all winners. Have a good one. Thank you, as always, for watching. And again, buy those 50-50 raffle tickets, guys. It goes to a great cause, and you have a chance to win yourself a little extra cash. Have a good one, guys.